This is WA6LBU, Chairman of the Board. I bear with my voice and stuff. I'm a little under the weather tonight, but let's run with this. We'll call the meeting to order and go for attendance. First call area, Tom.
A1NZ, present.
Okay. Second call area, Rich.
AC2MT, present.
Third call area,
AE3HAY, and I am mobile behind the motorhome wheel, so please bear with me. If I drop out, that's the reason why.
Okay.
Thank you.
Fourth area, Gary.
Here, K9 GWS.
Glad to see you got electricity back.
Yep.
WA6LBU is me, and I am here. Sixth call area, WY6N, Wayne.
I'm here.
Okay, thank you. We skipped a seventh on the agenda, but seventh I saw Mr. Seven.
WB7ASC, Ron is present.
There he is. Okay, eighth call area, Gene.
Whiskey 8 November Echo Tango, present.
Okay, Roger has posted a proxy with me, so I'm still present. 10th area, AA0HF. Eric.
AA0HF is here.
And DX, VE3CMB.
We're here, both myself and John.
Okay, thank you. President?
Here, unaccounted for, KL7OR.
Vice President?
Here, AA1NA.
Okay. And I will say it again, we have one proxy, Roger proxied to me. So we move on to minutes, August meeting minutes. Do I have a motion to approve?
Motion HAY.
Second,
Okay, do I have a second?
AC2MT.
Thank you. Is any discussion? Rich, was that a discussion or is that a late second?
That was a late second, sorry.
Okay, you're fine. I'll always ask if I'm unsure. Okay, is there any discussion? Hearing no discussion, let's go ahead and vote. First area.
NC, approved.
Okay, second area.
Second area approves AC2MT.
Third area.
HAY approves.
Fourth area.
Approved, K9 GWS.
Fifth area, WA6LBU. Approves. Sixth area, WY6N.
Sixth area approves, WY6N.
Okay, seventh area, Ron.
Seventh area abstains.
Okay. Ninth area by proxy approves. 10th area, Eric.
AA0HF approves.
DX, VE3CMB, Craig.
DX approves, and I think you missed the eighth area.
Oh, okay. Well, I missed the seventh the last time. I apologize, Gene. Eighth area.
8th area approved. Whiskey 8 November Echo Tango.
Okay. I'll skip over the president because he doesn't count. No, President Dean kills KL7OR.
Who, me?
Yeah.
I approve, KL7OR.
Vice President.
Well, I approve AA1NA.
Okay, that motion proves. Now on to the financials. We have two. I'm going to do them individually. August financials, do I have a motion for that?
V3CMB.
Okay, thank you. Second?
Second, WY6N.
Okay, thank you, Wayne. Is there any discussion on the August financials? Hearing none. Tom, first area.
A1NZ, approved.
Okay. Second area.
AC2MT approves.
Okay, third area.
KE3HAY approves.
Okay, fourth area.
Approved. K9 GWS.
Okay, fifth area approves. Sixth area.
Sixth area approves. WY6N.
Seventh area, Ron.
Seventh area abstains.
Okay. And let's see. Who did I miss last time? Gene, eighth area.
8 approved, Whiskey 8 November Echo Tango.
Okay, thank you. By proxy, ninth area approves. 10th area, AA0HF.
AA0HF approves.
Okay, DX.
DXVE3 CMB, we approve.
Okay, thank you. President.
President approves. Scale 7OR.
Okay, and president in charge of vice president.
Approved. AA1 and A.
Okay, that one passes. Now on to the September financial. Do I have a motion for those?
V3 CMB.
Okay, Greg, second.
Second, WY6N.
Okay, thank you, Wayne. Any discussion?
Yeah, I just have a comment.
Okay.
So the financials that are attached to the agenda in hard copy don't have the right notes for September. I made a mistake and attached the August notes to September. I revised them. The link in the agenda takes you to the right financials with the right notes in it, however.
Okay.
They are
Is that
right
true?
on the club website. They are right on the club website. It's just the ones that were attached to the agenda don't have the right notes for September.
So what do I have to replace?
So you just have to replace the September financials. Is probably the easiest thing for you to do, Doug, with the copy that's on the club website.
All right, I'll do that. Also, related to the financials, I report that we did properly file the 1090 or 1099 form, 1099N. It was late, but there's no penalty. So I got that
Got a
filed.
990? You said 10.
Yeah, 10,
Well,
yeah, 990.
I filed the 990N back in March, Doug.
You what?
I always file the 990N, and I filed it back in March.
Okay, well, we filed two of them then. I filed it because the new bylaws said it's my job. So, but so I mean, we can we can send that back to Eric. I mean, I think it makes sense that it be the treasurer that does it, not the secretary.
Yeah, I've always done it, and I usually do it. I usually get a notice from the IRS that it's due or whatever, and I go ahead. It's very easy to file. So.
Yeah. I mean, I did it, so it must be. All right. So, Eric, a little discussion there for you to consider.
Yeah, I'll capture that and take it back to the committee. And Gary will talk to you. Make sure we get the language right.
Okay.
Okay.
Comment.
Go ahead. Comment.
Before I approve this, and maybe what I'll do here real quickly, so that everybody knows what's going on, is I'm going to post the corrected financial statement. Is this correct, Gary?
No. You're going to post the corrected financial statements. No. If you click on the link in the agenda, it'll bring up the corrected financial statement.
This is what's on the website, though.
For September?
Yes, I just clicked on the latest one for September.
Okay, because I updated those and checked them, and they were correct. So I don't understand. Hold on.
Are you looking at board files, or are you looking at the board meeting webpage?
I am looking at the treasurer's report for September 2024.
Dean,
Okay. Hold on. I'll go
cash.
And that is correct.
board files for
The,
financials.
the balance sheet and profit and loss is fine. It was just
Yeah.
the summary, but it got corrected, and I've seen the corrected one that you sent out, Gary.
Is it?
That's the correct one.
That's it.
Okay. Are we good with that?
Yeah, that's,
Okay. I'm done, Clay. Thank you.
Additional comments? Okay, not hearing any. Let's go ahead and vote. First area,
First area will approve.
okay, thank you. Second area,
After all that, second area approves.
okay, third area,
Third area approves KE3HA.
okay, fourth area,
Approve K9 GWS.
Jesus.
okay, fifth area approves WA6W. Sixth area,
Sixth area approves WY6N.
okay, seventh area,
Seventh area abstains.
okay, thank you. And eighth area,
area approved Whiskey 8 November Echo Tango.
okay, ninth area, by proxy approves. And 10th area, Eric.
AA0HF approves.
DX, Craig,
B3C and B, we approve.
President,
KL7OR approved.
and Vice President.
Approved. AA1NA.
Okay, with that, we're down to reports. Is there any questions on the report? I'm going to give Tom his own time to kind of go over the update or the eyeball. But are there any questions about the reports? Okay, Tom, are you prepared to give a little report?
Certainly. And I've sent you a copy of this report.
Yeah, I got it. I got it a few minutes before the board meeting.
Basically, I can just go over the income, which is I gave a stipend to get us going. The registrations Gary sent me. The members, we had 4 members mail in checks and 4 members pay cash. The raffle sales tickets really saved the day and the donations. And our total income was $14,247.08. Then our expenses, the big one, well, we'll go over the stipend was repaid, of course. That was $5,500 I put in to get going. And then we had to refund 3 registrations. We had 44 total registered, and there's a slight discrepancy in the income from registrations. I was a little short, and I got some help from Gary. The thing I didn't get was the PayPal charges. They apparently charge quite a bit, but I'm not worried about it. I made up the shortfall. Our general expenses, the big one was the food, the coffee, the supplies, the things that went along with it. Out of that 14,200 income, $5,677.26 went for food. So the registration cost, which were 44 people at $95 each, didn't even cover the food. However, the raffle ticket sales were $2,890.
Oh.
And where I'd only spent $2,015 on the raffle prizes, that made up a very large chunk of the shortfall. The other minor expenses like snacks, drinks, fruit, we had that's $363 and change, and QSL cards, eyeball banner, the eyeball pins, just those beautiful little pins. That's like $302 for those. And the shootout hats, of course, we got to have those, which brings us to a total expenses of $15,544.75, which means as host, I was $1,297.67 short, which I was very happy to make up. I had intended to and planned on it in advance, so there's no problem there. There won't be any to refund, but I was very pleased with the way the eyeball turned out. I had tremendous amount of help from so many people, and I heard a lot of very nice comments that I didn't hear anyone say they didn't enjoy themselves. So other than that, that's my report. I've sent it to Doug and to Clay, and Doug has told me he's going to post it so everybody can see the printed copy. And of course, any questions on the fine details, please email me anything you need to, and we'll discuss. Now, there were some pens left over, and there were a lot of coffee cups left over because we got 2 orders of coffee cups. And I've already promised to send Clay a few of each. So if you have anybody in your areas that would maybe like to have a cup or something, let me know. We can work something out. There's no charge for the cups and the pens. So that's it, unless there's any questions. Okay, none heard. Back to you, Clay.
No questions,
Okay.
but certainly a comment. It was fantastic, Tom. Really, really appreciated it, as everybody, I'm sure, who was there. If we've not already said on the reflector, we certainly did. Thank you.
Thank you.
And I'll second that. I had a ball and really appreciate it. And I really like New Hampshire, so
Me too.
I get Caroline to pick up roots. If
I love it here.
Yeah,
That is
that's
true.
the problem with Caroline. It gets below 80 degrees, she starts balking.
I like that there were so many photo parks so close.
So
That there was.
Tom, it was really terrific, and most importantly, my wife really liked it because she liked the New Hampshire area there, so she really enjoyed it. So nice job.
It was a great job, Tom. You pulled it off, and yeah, everybody had a good time. It was great to stand there and watch, and you could just see everyone was having fun. That was it.
I had a lot of fun doing it, but I could not have done it with all the help. And I think just about every face I see here tonight on the screen helped me pull this thing off. Thank you all.
You're welcome. I enjoyed it.
We have done it, Kirk and Clay and Dean, you did a great job. Fantastic.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
It was fun doing it.
I want to throw just a general comment, not for discussion right now, folks, but just for as we go down the road. An eyeball host does so much, they should not have to pay anything out of their pocket in the end. I know the stipend came over and it went back in full, but just for our discussion as we move into next year's eyeball, it's something I feel we really need to look at. Anyway.
Well,
Okay.
Thank you, Craig. And I took it on knowing that, and many of my overruns was just because it's the way I wanted to do it. I didn't need to buy 2 sets of $200 QSL cards, for instance. And thank goodness, like Kirk, he sent me an extra set of coffee cups. I didn't like the flag on the first ones. The food,
Okay.
we didn't need to have 3 lunches and 2 big suppers. But that's the show I wanted to produce.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I got no trouble with it. I expected to spend something.
Okay.
It's part of the
Okay.
plan.
Okay, any other comments? Okay, thanks again, Tom. Appreciate it. Everybody had a ball at the eyeball. Now that covers the
on.
report. Say again?
Nope.
Nope. Okay. Okay. We're down to old business where there is none. We have new business motion 2024 10-1 amending the bylaws. It's from the bylaw update committee. I guess I'll look for a motion to approve.
I'll move K9 GWS.
Okay, a second.
A0HF. Yeah.
Okay, I'll take Rich's second. And are there any comments or questions or stuff?
Yeah, I've got a comment.
Also, a comment.
Okay, go ahead, Craig.
That damn Canadian. Eric, thanks very much for the second part of it and the applications. I hadn't thought that through fully, but absolutely, if we allow, if we don't use the official applications, the awards managers have got to go back and check and all this stuff, and it's going to be crazy. I can make up my own award application and send it anyway. So I understood there perfectly. I didn't think that through. Obviously, you and the committee did. The first comment that I had in the email on the other side of it was, well, if a member who's no longer, if we've kicked out a member, we can use their cards, but we can't use their certificate numbers. I was looking more for a reasoning or sort of an explanation behind it. I am certainly okay with it. It's not a hill to die for. It's not like we kick out Apollo members anyway, right? So,
well, and that's kind of the point. So it's like rarely happens. You have a good point. I think the thinking we rearrange it really because we void the certificates, they're just gone, right, when the member is kicked out. So they're not really there to use again. So that was the thinking. If you want us to clarify that or go deeper, we'd be glad to do that. And take
I'm okay with the motion the way it is.
Okay. Thank you.
I would.
Gene, go ahead.
Yeah, I would like to hear from Eric the justification of why the award applications need to be hand-scribed.
Well,
sorry.
No, I'd like to know why we're going backwards.
Oh no, they can be filled out however the member wants to do it. I mean, I can read through this. Actually, I'll just read through kind of the note we had there. I sent it out to the committee though. So. Regarding the member's responsibility to use only officially approved current award applications, well, the language is based on a unanimous ask from the awards committee, thoughtful work by the bylaws review committee, and considers feedback from several area award managers. So when we consider policy for the 3905 Century Club, it's really vital to position the club for the future. Vendors come and go. Members will embrace new tools like a form filling app currently in development by members of the club. Even more exciting, AI technology is emerging in the next few years, can allow members to simply drop in their contacts with an official application and have it filled out. So no one's saying you have to hand fill applications. It doesn't say that in the bylaws. But if you choose to work with a vendor, a member does, that technology should start with the official form and fill it out. So that's the future. I don't think we limit to any particular vendor, any particular technology. The member will choose the method to complete their official award application that best suits them, whether it's filling out the application by hand using customers' custom software or an AI assistant, which is pretty close to be done now. So I'll keep going. I mean, why? Allowing anything other than official applications creates extra work for our AAMs. And Craig, you mentioned that too, who are already dedicated to serving members. They have to check each third-party submission for accuracy, completeness, and ensure it contains all necessary information, without the benefit of dated, serial numbered, or updated forms to guide them. This is not the path to efficiency or excellence. So what does that mean for our policy, future policy? It means that while we welcome innovation, our priority is ensuring that members always start with high quality, accurate, and up-to-date official applications. We ask in return that our members read and understand the award rules that accompany these applications and take responsibility for submitting complete and accurate official award applications to their area awards managers. No matter how they choose to fill out that application, they should start with the official forms. So the club recognizes we have no control over unofficial third-party award applications. If we were to accept them, we risk creating confusion and potential disputes over errors and omissions. This could not only lead to complications, but could tarnish the integrity of our awards program. While we appreciate creativity, we do not have the resources to review or certify third-party applications. Imagine if any member could create their own version of the award applications. Would that align with the standards we've created and worked so hard to uphold in this club? So as we move forward in the exciting future, let's keep our focus on what matters most, empowering members with high-quality official award applications and receiving said applications back from the member accurately completed. This will ensure the integrity of our awards process while making the member journey smoother. Together, we can embrace the future while protecting the legacy of the club. The other note I have is we actually have like Excel and Word versions of the forms too, easy to cut and paste. They're already up on the club website.
So Eric, tell me how you cut and paste this.
You open the Excel version and just drop your data into that. So I can we can do a session. I can walk.
Where's your data come from?
Wherever you want it to. You can hand fill it out if you want.
Each member has to create their own system to be able to do this.
Member can do whatever they want. It's not up to the club to decide how they fill out their forms.
Right.
I mean, that's the perspective, right? The club shouldn't really do anything around accommodating particular vendors or not. It's up to the member. I think there'll be a lot of technologies. I'm aware of another one coming. The club members are putting together to help people fill them out. I know there's another one out there that's not really our perspective here. We just want to make sure whatever people do, however the member wants to have their form filled out, that they start with the applications the club posts, they change. We want to make sure we're supporting our AAMs.
So let me re-ask the question. If we approve this motion that effective October 1st, the only approved and accepted method of applications is either to use the document, the PDF file on the website, or the Excel workbook. Am I correct?
As it is today, but yes, that's right.
Okay. So what we're doing is we're overnight, we're going to shut down technology, and then we're going to look for what the next steps would be, right?
So what are you talking about, Dean? Who's technology?
I'm talking about my users, and I'm talking about all the people that over time have used MyLogger to generate award applications that mimic what the award applications use, and that we have awards managers that reject them because they're not handwritten on the official form, or either handwritten or typed in.
So you are asking the 39th Century Club to make an accommodation for your software. Have your software fill out the form that's on the website so they can send it in. I don't think 39th Century Club, actually no, neither does the awards committee think that the club should accommodate a vendor. The vendor can work with the member, members can work with you to have your form filled out, but why should the club, and you're not going to be the only vendor, and that's the point. There are others coming out. So for me, you advocating for your company, board of directors, is a conflict of interest. Like, don't do that. I think the club has to work and do what's best for the club and its members, but I don't think software vendors should be coming here to the board and asking us to accommodate your software. Your software is welcome to fill out the form, the official forms, but why should we do something if your software doesn't fill out our forms? So
comment.
Yep.
Okay, go ahead, Keon. Or Dean,
Thank you.
were you saying something?
I had a
No, Dean.
comment.
Okay. Hang on a second. Gene, hang on. Dean, are you finished?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Keon, you're next.
Thank you so much. So here's my concern about this, giving us the information that is needed. My question is, how different is what Dean Software producing according to whatever source is out there versus what we have on the website? What's the difference?
I'm not sure who to answer that. Dean,
I don't care who answers it. I'm just very curious to know what the difference is between what a third-party vendor is producing versus what we have on the website. So forget the fact we're not talking specifically Dean Software. I'm asking a global question. I hope that helps a little bit.
I think I can help out there a little bit because I got a application in this week that was filled out with Dean Software, and I have to say in 5 years of being an awards manager, that's the first one I've gotten in on Dean Software. They're usually on the template that comes from the website. It's not that much different. It is different, but it is a great tool for whoever's submitting an award to fill out the award just so that they're more uniform. Whether I have a preference or not, I don't really have a preference. Either one is okay, but I understand the desire to have a uniform application. And I think Dean's on the one that I've gotten, that is a good tool to fill out the applications that are on the club website.
Okay.
So Keon, this is Gary. Here's what I'd say, Keon. This is a discussion of form over substance. There is no substantive difference between what's on Dean's award applications and what's on the website applications. All the data is there, all the information you need. It's in a little different format and doesn't include things like the directions on how to fill out the form for the award, things like that. So in my view, it's a form versus substance issue. There's no difference in substance.
That's what I'm looking for. I appreciate it. It gives me a different perspective, although I think that the change is it's relative, but Gary, that makes so much sense. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay, Gene, you have a comment.
Yes, the reference to Craig's comment, I would like to see the change for the certificate numbers and so on soon. I will not say no for this motion, but Eric, I think that needs to be changed. That needs to be changed.
Okay, Gene. Absolutely.
Okay. Further comments?
So are we going to vacate the certificate numbers as well as QSL cards on a member who's no longer in favor of in good standing?
Well, we already do.
Really? When did that start?
Yeah.
When did it start that the QSL card that I possessed I couldn't use for awards?
No.
No. Let me finish. On the club website, we vacated, okay? What I'm saying is that I hold a physical card of this vacated member, and he's got a number that I want. I can use that number. Is that not true?
I think that's where we went the clarifications. This is great. So I've heard now from Dean and now two directors that we need to clarify that even more. So the way we look at, so clearly we'll work on that, and I'll send out some more notes to the board and let you weigh in on that. But the way the bylaws committee interpreted it is, to make it clear, and now clearly we need to make it more clear, is certificates just go. I mean, you're right, they're gone on the club website, so they're gone. So how can an AAM look them up? How can they do anything with them, validate they're correct? So they're gone. So they're really not useful, even if they're on somebody's card, Dean, right? So if the board chooses to not vacate the certificates or do something different, oh, that's fine too. But that's how it's been interpreted up to this point. So it's really the board's will on this.
I'll tell you my personal opinion, and it's just my personal opinion that I think that in the the 3 cases that I've seen that we vacated members, I personally think that what we need to do is at the same time as vacating is that we basically need to say that at this point on, those cards aren't usable for awards because we cannot assure whether they're valid or not.
Well, the cards you can verify online.
What? Say that again?
You can verify the cards, but not the certificates.
You can't verify the card because we've had forgery.
No, Dean.
No,
there's, I think we need to table this motion and discuss it further. There is also caveats in the bylaws where if the board of directors, and Eric, please give me the right wording, but if the board of directors feels or has proof that the cards were forged, then those are specifically not allowed, right?
Is that what it says?
Where'd you? Yeah, Eric. What's the? Hang on.
Okay.
So that's it. Yeah. Are you saying, Craig? I mean, to take that action to forge or improperly prepare QSL cards, that's in there too. Like that's censure or revocation of a member who does something.
Revocation, yeah.
Yeah. So that's addressed what to do about somebody that does that, right? So I would say, yeah, if it happens, Dean, you're absolutely right. But there's a mechanism now to deal with it.
To address that, yeah.
And then the board decides whether the cards are good or not. So that's how we wrote the language in there.
So in other words, some member might get kicked out because we're still being filmed, right? He's an idiot, and he does other stuff. However, everywhere he worked was legitimate, but he gets kicked out. Okay, his cards are still valid. If the board knows or kicks somebody out because their cards are falsified, and we know, and that's why we kicked them out, that he wasn't in the location he was, then the board can say all cards from this person gone.
That's correct. The board has that option. I mean, they do today. We just made it clear in the.
The way I read that is the board can disqualify certain cards. It doesn't. I don't read that they can void all cards.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes,
you're right. Certain cards. Yeah.
Which I think is appropriate because as I recall, it says that those were made in good faith on the member who's using the cards. He believed that they were made the way the operator said he was doing it, and he has no other way to know. And that's another headache. Do we have a hot sheet of cards that are no longer used that the area awards managers have to go through?
In response to you, Kurt, I think that the point that was brought up, I've got no problem using the card. I've just got a problem with the certificate numbers. In the last 20 years, we vacated either 3 or 4 people, right? And that's not a large number, right? And those cards aren't coming up anymore. They happen within the immediate revocation of membership, okay? And then eventually dwindle away because time passes, okay? But I personally don't think that it's going to become a big deal if a card slips through that's got a number on it and is used on an application that requires a number. I think we're kind of grasping at straws on this one, and I think that the way it's been working has worked. I mean, unless correct me if I'm wrong, somebody, but it's like AA6MK. I mean, he very definitely forged cards, right? And yet, once the board revoked his membership, people didn't want to use his cards. They just, it just becomes a non-issue. And then I don't think we need to pass it on to our AAMs to say, hey, we've got this list that we're going to maintain throughout time, and we're not. I'm done. Sorry.
Dean, what is your preference? Do you want us to say certificates are okay or not okay at the time of revocation, and then cards okay or not okay? What do you think? I mean, what should we do?
I'll tell you what. I've got cards in my box for AA6MK, right? And if I needed a California and I needed his call sign I needed his call sign for a award I was working on. Yeah, I might consider using it. Okay, other people might not. But when it gets down to I don't know what Craig brought up is, can I use his 100-point number or his 1K number if he had one? I mean, that's what you're asking, Craig.
Yeah,
is it whether you can use those progressive numbers? And I agree. I think it's too much to ask on our AAMs to go to that level of detail. And I think that the time spent on this is short. And I mean short. I mean, I think it kind of dissolves itself within 12 months. Not completely, but it dissolves itself. And I know, like I said, I've been through 3 of these things. And once this revocation happens, people, they want to distance themselves from it. So I don't think we should get ourselves all spun up with it. But I think Craig does bring up some points that I just think we need some clarification. That's all.
So can we take this offline? I think can we table and yeah.
I have a question.
I'll throw one more comment in after Rich does.
Well, go ahead, finish your comment because this is different. So,
okay, when the awards managers check certificate numbers, say like for the Poker Player Award or 100-point award numbers, certificate hunter numbers, if those don't appear, and I do believe this has been asked and answered in the awards committee, if they don't appear on the website where they've been redacted or voided, they can't use that number. So my understanding is that's the practice in play right now, if that's helpful.
That is how the bylaws are written. The proposed motion has it written, right? They're just gone, right? That's the difference between cards and certificates. But if the board wants to change that, that's fine. We can take it back and propose a change.
Okay,
Rich. If a card is a legitimate card, it's completely legitimate, or it's not completely legitimate. I think it's a half. It's a bad idea.
Okay, thanks, Gene. Rich,
are we finished with this one? Because I have a question about awards managers. Do they have to live in their call area? So the second call area, Clay's moving to Rhode Island, or in the second call area, do they have to live there to be awards manager?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
So they can live anywhere they want. I can keep them if I want to, because Clay's moving. I'm not sure when, but he's doing a good job, and I really don't want to change him if I don't have to.
No, if he's willing to keep it up, I don't think there's anything in our bylaws that restrict that.
No, I meant to check it, and I just didn't have time yet. But he's not moving for a while. Yeah. All right. So okay, that was easy.
Okay. Anything on this motion? Okay, as we said, I know that it was mentioned that we table it. Is there any? Let's see, Craig. I think I got you down for wanting to table it. Eric, is that okay with you
Well-
since you're the?
Well, the motion's been proposed and seconded, so I don't know that there's a table option. Probably has to be voted on. So I would suggest, but great feedback. I expected Article 3 to have lots of feedback. That's one of the most important articles in the bylaws. So we did send it out in advance, and we got like crickets back for feedback, except Craig's here at the end there. So I would say the board has had a chance to provide feedback. We would have met and done that. So
Eric, I think, goodness, I think even though it's been brought up and seconded, and then it went up for discussion. But although it's up for discussion, it doesn't mean it cannot be tabled. I think.
I think
Craig's right. Up to the chair to decide what he wants to do.
I would like to move to amend this motion that's on the table to remove all content until the next board meeting.
And unfortunately, floor amendments to bylaws or anything that requires a 7-day notice is not allowed in the new bylaws. So.
Right.
We can't amend the motion?
You can amend most motions except Constitution and bylaws.
Okay, then I think we need to vote.
No, guys, we can table this.
Yeah, I think Craig's right because
up to the chair. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's table. See if there's. Do I have a motion to table?
Motion to table.
AC2MP.
Second,
Okay.
HAY.
Second.
Thirds, fourths, and fifths.
Yep.
Okay.
Slow down. You're making me nuts.
We're at the point where
who made the motion to table, please?
Is being taxed.
Clay.
Let me know when you're ready.
Clay, who made the motion to table?
Pardon me?
Who made the motion to table?
Greg?
Greg?
V3C and V, Doug.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who seconded?
AC2MT.
AC2MT. Okay, thanks.
Okay, now vote to table this motion. First area?
Area, agree.
Second?
Second area agrees.
Third area?
HOI agrees.
Fourth area?
Agrees. K9 GWS.
Okay, fifth area agrees. Sixth area?
Sixth area agrees. WI6N.
Okay, seventh area?
Seventh agrees.
Okay, thank you. Eighth area?
Agree. Whiskey, November Tango.
Okay, ninth area agrees by proxy, WA6LBU. 10th area?
10th abstains.
Okay, kind of knew that was going to happen. DX?
DX area agrees to table.
Okay. President?
Who seconded this motion?
AC2MP.
Okay. KL7OR abstain.
Okay, Vice President?
Agrees. A1 and A.
Okay, then it has been officially tabled for till the next board meeting, pending changes and discussion offline. Okay,
I would encourage board members who have thoughts, send them to me, or if you want, put them on the reflector if you think they're worthy of discussion. But let's keep talking. Make sure I've captured everything the board wants done.
Okay.
And we'll have the minutes done. So lots of good discussion.
Yeah, I tried to capture as much as I can. Please, everyone, the minutes will be posted very shortly tonight. Please look at the discussion and make sure I captured it correctly. Maybe I'll just send it out by email and make sure I captured them, your comments correctly, because I was typing very furiously And the new bylaws that we passed recently require that I capture the contents of the discussion.
Thank you, Doug.
I hope I got it right, but let me know if I didn't.
Thanks, Doug.
Okay.
Okay. With that, we come down to area 9, which is question and answers with directors and officers from the gallery. Are there any questions from the gallery?
I have a comment.
Go ahead.
W8NET. Gary and I have talked about a couple of things about membership and other things, and we will be discussing a couple ideas and setting some data to cogitate. Gary, anything for the discussion?
No, I don't believe so, Gene. We're going to take a look at some data, try to figure out, how we could. I think the first thing we have to figure out is why the number of our check-ins has gone down. In particular, just over the last 4 or 5 months. It's been relatively stable over the last few years, just total number of check-ins. But it's gone down a lot over the last 4 or 5 months, and I'm not sure why that is. So we're going to take a look at it, try to figure that out, and then see if there's some things we could do to increase the number of check-ins.
We will be talking about discussing some data sets, like Gary said, 4 or 5 month, 1 year, 2 year, 5 year, and you can see some trends, but we want more thoughts about the data.
I'll tell you what will get us a lot more check-ins is more eyeballs. The number of check-ins went up by, we average around 3,000 total check-ins roughly. It went up by about 2,000 in September. It went up to 5,000. So, that does sort of tell you something. If you have something sort of fun and exciting going on, more people will check in. I'm just not sure how we create something like that every month or many times a year. So anyhow, we're going to be working on it, and we'll give you some more information.
Speaks well with you, Tom.
I have something.
Anything else? Your background changed. Go ahead. I like the other background. Go ahead, Eric.
Sure. So you thought this was lively. So next section the bylaws committee has been working on is Article 6, which is awards. Just to give the board a heads up, I mean, one of the important questions, Gary, you gave us language for a motion like a year ago to work on QSLs and kind of moving from language in the bylaws referring to paper QSLs to more generic inclusive answer. And if you may have noticed, we've been methodically removing paper QSLs from the bylaws for a discussion here in Article 6 around what does QSL mean. So I'll expect an equally lively discussion from the board on that subject, but this will be where that has to come up. So we'll try to structure something to ask the board's opinion. Gary, we have your language already that you proposed around QSLing. We can start with that. But at this point, just know that's coming. I expect that to be another lively discussion. That's all.
Okay. Anybody else?
Motion to adjourn.
Okay. Motion to adjourn has been heard.
Second.
All those in favor?
So you don't need a vote. Without objection, the chair may grant the motion directly
Oh, okay.
if
Thank
nobody
you.
objects.